and start. By the way, Alex, thank you for the YouTube things. That helps a lot, especially when I'm late. All right, let me pull up the old TikTok. What's going on? If you want to let everybody know, we are live. I am alive. Like how fucking all this shit is. Oh shit. There we go. All right. We are. All right, there we go. Oh, what's up, yo? What'd you guys do today? Anybody? I saw Chad trying to beat up the Qs today. Um, that was pretty cool. Nice gains. Really quickly before this starts happening, we got 3 rejections off the top on the 30-minute. And from what I can see here, it is possible we are underneath this floor, which, like I said, could be happening here just a moment. And through this or into this box here. That would be a possibility. You built a box over here and couldn't break that cost basis. So we're kind of smushed in between these two. And I'd really like to see how we end today, or if those end up being plays for us to the downside. That could give us that next new low. And 590, baby, is right around the corner. It is, but of course, with that empty space that we just could not get to today. I mean, and it's such a little bit that it's like, ugh. Um, I like the overhead pressure. So let's see here. All right. If I look exhausted, I'm a little tired right now. Like a raccoon. All right. Yep. It is 25% off. The workshop is still up. Thank you. ODTE calls by tomorrow. Well, right now I'm actually watching, at least on the Qs, I'm watching for this floor, see if we're going to drop down into 596.95 and 596.44, which is cost basis. And that's got, I mean, with all this empty space we're leaving behind, like on the lower time frames, it could be easy to send this back up for sure. So yeah. IWM 246, 1 week out. Yeah, let's look at IWM. How's that looking? Yes, that, oof, yes, wow, okay. Yep. I'm gonna do that. Don't have to ask me twice. You know what? You know what? You know what? You know what? I'll be
What
selfless.
you thinking? Share
I'm
your
not.
thought.
I'm not taking it. Papa Westbury is. All right, let's see. Papa Schmurf. Now. Um, no, I'm not calling. Not with that fucking 2 hour candle. No, I'm looking at the IWM right now, and I'm looking at the empty space that's inside of this candle as a potential. I mean, you could target 253, but it would be 254. And well, 255.50, I think we talked about that earlier, would be the target if this does hold that low. 30-minute time frame, close, 15 there, and then on the 5, we've just bounced off of that floor. And yes, there is more empty space up. So by the end of the day, right, if we maintain this floor or break it, which you could obviously utilize, sure. Holy shit, Raymond, what the fuck? Damn.
The crackhead with the cues today. 5 different trades, up, down, up, down, up, down.
I assume they went well.
Didn't lose one.
Didn't lose one. Wow. Dude, you should be proud of yourself, dude, for real. You know what? Get this guy in jail. He said I look like a young Woody Allen. All right, I'm about to be pissed off. Oh, nah, dude. Pack that shit up. Hell no. Nah, that's not it. That's not it. I'm your standard issue white guy, you know? That's a SIWG. All right. Potter looking at the numbers like it's like that. Nah. No, I mean, dude, this he sent a different damn post earlier today that we pulled up. Yeah, I see that. You were really. Yeah, he basically made fucking $1,400 today. Yeah, he sent this earlier today. We were looking. I was like, damn, dude, let's go. And then he just sent that shit. So, but I didn't help him. So that's all him. He gets a round of applause on that one. All he's doing is using the strat, I assume. All right. So let's pull that back together. All right. So IWM and QQQ, right? We're both looking, and we've seen a lot of rejections. IWM is loosey goosey, right? Lots of empty space, back up and down. As far as the 24-hour level is concerned, we are red. We are closing the way we want to close. I would like to stay under right now 257.23. Is it empty space directly in front of us? No, but I told you guys that 255, that's the bottom of this green candle. So that would be tomorrow's potential target, maybe coming off of a retest, or perhaps even today if we did see that break. Simultaneously, the Qs on the 30-minute rejected 601 3 times, and now are starting to look a little bit down. Now, we can just say it looks a little bit down, but the reality is you're sitting on top of this box that we launched ourselves out of earlier, and you did fall really, really quickly in order to get that done. So again, we don't need to rush into any sort of swing trading position without knowing how this candle is going to close, and we have the liberty of obviously doing that as we get into the end of the day. Obviously, I'm still in my short. For anybody who's curious, very much still anticipating my QQQ floor, which we did hit today. Target's money. The next target is going to be 591.16 on the money and 589.75. 590 is just in there. Now, I did talk about the potential of dropping into these wicks, which is in the 580s. I still stand by leaving my runners. This position will be free. Why the fuck not? If the trend is my friend, right? I'm not going to get out because I'm scared or feel like, oh, it might. No, the chart's going to tell me what I need to do. I have a great expiration to handle whatever is in front of me. So I still really like this setup going into the end of the day. And like I said earlier today, that candle bottom is liable to be retested tomorrow if we open up in today's range. What is today's range? I don't know. Here it is, right? Now, yes, I'm not talking about the high of today. I'm talking about this 24-hour. That needs to be recovered, and that needs to be lost. So if we're short, we'll see sellers push, right? And that will happen. We'll see if they'll win. But that's required in order to sink a new low. We also do, not to mention, have, where is it at? Hold on a second. Nope. Oh, that's the wrong one. Right? No, we have, that's right. Okay, we're good. We also have a series of earnings coming up tonight. Yesterday, we had a pretty exciting group of whiplash stocks, both up and down. A couple that we'll go ahead and go over. Amazon, and we talked about that one this morning. I am skipping SPY, aren't I? I'm sorry. I am skipping, yeah, wow. Look at me, trash. All right, so really quick before I move on, let me go ahead and cover SPY. SPY sitting on the same wick, same reversal area, but again, judging by the response and lack of being able to bounce totally, again, end of the day is going to be the final verdict here. But this, come here, you little shit. A little bit higher up, right there on the wick, on the body. That is the floor. That needs to be candle closed on, right? 2-hour time frame, 1-hour time frame. And what is that? You see how, like, dude, this is one of my favorite things about teaching my system. Is that real? Ivy, is that real? Is that real on my TikTok right now? Oh, okay. Wait, what? Okay, never mind. I'm tripping. That shit just wigged me out. I thought it said 1200. I was like, nah. Anyway, the beautiful thing about this system, right? Look at that. Cost basis, that's what we're actually building a box around. As we speak, we've talked about the empty space and retest on the floor of 6, which has already happened once, but 683.50, and how that would likely lead up to that 686. So as of right now, right, looking kind of stepping back on the 24-hour time frame. Oop, why didn't that translate? Hold on, I'm sorry. Let's drop a line there. Okay, so 685.86. That is the top of this 24-hour candle, right? And just above is 686.85, which is the 24-hour candle that we just broke. So obviously, as we get into the end of the day, we're looking to see if we're going to push those lows or keep that candle close closer to 676.50, where I don't have a huge target to the downside, especially after 3 consecutive down days. That next target would be at 674.55, right? Not that much further, but it is and has been a very strong, formidable floor. If that drops, we got a nice, juicy dumper, I believe, down into the 670s and 669. All right. Nice slap on the cues, dude. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, that was feels good, man, to have a thesis, have a theory. It did get scary, but I was too sick to really feel that. But yeah, everything worked out really well. We're still working out actually pretty well. Today was pretty cool. Um, would you use the Potter box with leaps? Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. Weekly. You should try Alertify. I always see you stream on TikTok. I would love to copy your trades. Uh, what the fuck? I don't know how I feel about that. All right. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Now, cover a few things here. If you haven't already, obviously, you've probably seen SoFi. This one did break below the lows and is still below that box floor and has nothing to really grab hold of and has not seen any recoveries today. So I am maintaining my runners, which is, again, a completely free trade. It's up 436% right now. So I'm going to go ahead and test the waters down to 1864. And I'm going to leave it at that. All right. Got to give an elf update. I dumped half, and I'm probably going to go ahead and dump the rest. Sad day, but what is happening right now, folks? I do have a pretty good average, so I'm kind of looking at this as we speak, but I did go ahead and reduce my risk. This one, if punched through, has a pretty straightforward 68 floor, but I look at that floor as not anything very formidable and would look at a 62 and more like a 56 target to the downside. The beneficial thing about what is happening right now, if you can look forward, right? We had a great trade. I know some of you guys actually traded ELF and um, you weren't an option or you weren't in equity, or some of you were and you were taking profit. But with this one, it is falling quickly and it has more empty space up above it. And so when the time comes, you guys know this is one of my favorite equity plays, and I just keep coming back to it every damn near every year. It's like a long lost love of mine. But I do. I've had great success on this one, and the leading cause is empty space, and these type of pullbacks, earnings or not. So, all right. Mm, any predictions right now? I mean, we're doing chart analysis on whatever you'd like to drop. That's super funny. Alrighty. If you have anything you would like for me to take a look at, go ahead and start dropping your requests right now. Tesla is holding the floor today. It has done its damnedest to accomplish just that. So we could be looking at retest on Tesla tomorrow above that 402. So if you are watching Tesla, there is ample opportunity. Again, we need this would be a market-wide retest. Everything would go up. And because of the floors that we are sitting at now, and maybe with the help of earnings, it's not usually that big of a factor. That could happen, right? We'll see how the results are. But as far as the candle close for today and the retest back down at that 394, that's your hook, right? You have grabbed that floor. Do I think it would pop? Well, actually, yeah, that's actually pretty badass. So you have just that little box up above right here, and then over that $400 mark. And this is where the money is at, right? Obviously, there's extra above you. That's supposed to be a dollar sign, but whatever. Ouch. Hold on, let me grab my drink. Okay, I grabbed it. All right. Kind of getting sick of this end of day pump the last 3 days. Dude, it flips people's bias, and then that makes for perfect shorting opportunities. I mean, before you go down, you must go up. You must you many will be fucked. Okay? That's how that works. You have to have that happen. It's a key element. What happened this morning, guys? What did we talked about that leg down? It's gonna go down first because we have to screw as many people as possible to get them to exit their positions, so that way they can get out of their trades. We have nothing to do with this, right? None of us in here have anywhere near the capital, even if you, I mean, you might be able to move a 1 minute candle, if you got a couple milli. But as far as, nah. But anyways, yeah, Elf. Yeah, I just talked about Elf. We did trim half. I did reduce my risk. So get out of here, Ian. I'm still contagious, bro. Told you that. All right, let's go ahead and go over these tickers, and let's see what we see if we can't find ourselves a little trade as we get towards the end of the day. So the first ones are going to be for earnings, if anybody asks. Also, P.S. If you are watching Meta, I know a couple of you were. It is building and does look like it can retest tomorrow. So we might be looking at a potential green day tomorrow, especially with these floors getting reclaimed and things. We saw that happen today on a lot of different things. So, yeah, whoever asked me about Meta earlier, if you're still rocking in that one, it still has that trade. It's just slow motion at the moment. All right. Oh, there you are. All right. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, so we are. Where did I just see that? Oh, that's right. Okay. So Amazon's tonight for earnings. Wow. Okay, so that's tonight, right? Or that already happened? Am I looking at an old list? No, we just had Google. Is Amazon today after hours? Can somebody?
Yeah,
Uh,
it is.
Yes,
okay.
it
All
is.
right. All right. Why is my? Okay. You have to forgive me. I'm only a man. I mean, obviously the first instinctual answer here is just like the same theory that I had on the Qs. Once you offer many times to give people a higher price, or you try to get somebody to buy your product at a higher price and nobody buys it, the price has got to go down because you're gonna lose customers. Multiple rejections off of cost basis, all the empty space, at least overhead, filled up. So how and looking at this one, I mean, I'll just give it to you straight. 212 would be my natural inclination here on a continuation leg down. Now, I can only speak for what could happen. If this, then that. If this, because it's the third time, like we talked about, breaks down further and 206 gets triggered, I would say 192. It's been a long while since we've seen anything of that nature, but it has very much occurred. Other than that, in order to kill, if the contracts are expensive, which would tip me off, you could spend time in here with Theta Burn. Me personally, not too sure about that one yet.
I feel like it already made the move by going down to that level.
So that's one of the biggest red flags to me, is that something's already moving, and the only variable, I mean, there is a couple of things that, yes, you could say, like, what was the other one? That hood, that's too far, right? Because the opportunity lies in the empty space, which you filled. Damn, holy shit, look at that target. Sheesh, damn. But anyway, that's filled. So I can't, what do I say? How that That's terrible. Somebody already knows. So when I look at this one, nah, you haven't really gotten that far yet. You just sunk your teeth down into 238, right? It's only been 2 days. And so, yeah, perhaps you move into that 211. It's not the cream of the crop. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't a plus setup. There is no punchback. You're just essentially the theory is you dropped into the fish tank and you're going to sink to the bottom before you bounce. Another fire analogy. Flip it. All right. Yeah, we'll take a look at that one in just a second. I'm just going through the earnings that are going through tonight. I'm not really interested. I know I see so many, dude. Oh my God, I see so many people talking about this one online, and I don't get it. I mean, I don't get it. I guess I just don't know why they're there or what's so exciting about it. Maybe it's, I mean, I guess it is moving pretty volatilely, or with volatility rather. So what's happening now? Where are you? You are sitting on these wicks. You've got earnings. Do I see a punchback? No. You are on the floor, so you definitely could be set for a dump. The only target I see is 36.36. Nope, wrong. 37.37. Idiot. And then following that, cost basis at 36.17. Oh my God, Manny, stop, dude. Why you
So
do
many
this to
people are
me?
talking about it. They're gonna cook them on this probably.
I mean, again, no setup, no trade. So I'm not trying to make excuses for this one. It's, you know, it's not my thing. All right, we're gonna make this quick. MSTR. That's again another one that's already front running its own death. And oh my God. I mean, yeah, 102.41. Obviously, in the future, it definitely looks like there could be more damage done to 90 and 82. That's most unfortunate. Wow. I'm blessing the first. Oh my God, dude.
Bless this block.
No, there's just people on the TikTok that it's annoying. All right, some espresso tonic will go a long way. There we go. We're back to normal. All right, MSTR is hot dog doo-doo water. Roblox, if I don't recall, is also in the doo-doo water range and has already been dumping and does not have a punch down or anything of that nature reeling me in. In the most recent price action, it's not really empty space, so me say no. BE, does that move on earnings? Damn. Oh shit. When was the last time I looked at this thing? Because that is fire. Clearly, I drew that a long time ago. Yeah, I did. Because I wouldn't have left that box there if it had already been punched through. That actually looks not too bad, actually. Not too bad. BE, I don't know what the contracts are, but the first target at the downside be 121. Second target would be 106 to the downside. And then for the hedgeroni, because you'd probably have to have one, or if you decide to straddle it, I'm not looking at the contracts. 170 is empty space. And I would assume probably breaking and tapping 180 off of that. So
Jacked.
what was that?
You have to put up your porno to play that,
Is it bad?
bro.
Oh yeah.
One
Oh
day.
my. That's a hard no.
Yeah, definitely hard. A hard pass.
Yeah, thanks, but no. No, no, no. All right. Gang. All right, moving on. I don't really think that we're seeing Affirm does have earnings. Sometimes I like to slap that thing around.
Okay, looked.
Death contracts. What's the deal? Kowalski analysis.
Contracts are jacked.
God damn. It does look like it's hanging off of a damn cliff right now, and it looks like it's got a target underneath it at 53.72. Really not much else. I mean, it's not really a... Yeah, damn, that's a good ass target. Holy shit. Yeah, 53.16. It does look like it could get there. I ain't gonna lie to you.
$130 for the country.
30? Oh my god.
130.
130. Jeez. Can't see price? Okay, hold on.
And that's for tomorrow.
If you guys are on TikTok and don't mind tapping your screen, I would greatly appreciate it. All right. The new. All right, we're going through there. All right, go ahead and drop those requests. Let's start making our way through it. I'm going to keep my eyes on LeQs and IWM. Wow, the keys just fucking fill that space up. You know what's so dope though? Is having these longer expiration contracts make my life so much easier. Like just having a theory, knowing it's not going to be easy to get down there, and taking the right expiration, dude, makes it stress melter. What'd you say? The precipice has been summoned. How about that precipice, brother? Right? Such a good album. All right, so all right, let's go ahead and check this. What else do we have? Can you see the price on TikTok? No, you should be able to. You are Netflix. Yes, I'm staying, and I've trimmed off of the Q puts, but all right. So let's talk about Elf really quickly, just one more time. It seals the deal for me, guys. We've lost too much. Sure, you know there's a floor here, but the reality is you're watching a punchback happen. Already unloaded half after that candle's been engulfed, and we sunk our teeth into 82. At that point, I mean, you're already losing levels that off of earnings. That's where that volume is driving, and this floor, which has already done most of the retesting, right? Most of the bouncing fails, then I know that volume's not there anymore. Now, punchback or not, or cost basis or not, that's still, it's not good. So for Elf, and again, this has only ever been in an equity play for me. If you're in this, it's going down. I don't know where your average is, how this works out for you. But the next target to the downside through this Elf floor, which I mean, it is a short, right? Would be 68.71. And then the second target, given the fact that we are just universally moving the fuck down, that would be 62.55. So how am I going to manage this? How am I going to get back in? It's pretty easy. Now that we're sinking, I'd like to go ahead and just lose the floor. Why? Because I want that. I just would like to, the way it's moving right now, just kind of flushing through things, keep it going. Because not only do you put no resistance up, you don't put any volume behind you. All of this will get filled back up. My job is to look for those floors to be recovered. The same things you lose are the same things you're looking to reclaim, and the same things you can use as stop losses. So he said it's a scalper. That's pretty interesting. Thank you guys for the follow. I appreciate it. All right, so that shit is searing my eyes. There we go. Keep trying my position on Netflix. I'm watching the Qs on the 5-minute over here. Man, what a whiplash. This is crazy. Also, that 603 target that we talked about earlier so much as that retest level, ugh, on the money. So let's see if we can't sink our freaking lows and go hit this 596.50. That would be nice. Wayfair down? I hope so, dude. I hope that company crashes and burns. So as far as retests go, empty space getting filled up before you continue moving down, we're in good shape, right? The candles are being forced back down. However, tomorrow it'd be really nice to lose that 80-50 and go ahead and sink the floor. And yes, this one has a phenomenal and great target down to 77.27. It's not a bad little setup, right? If you go to the hourly, you got a lot stacked up on top of you. Not much empty space. I guess as we near the end of the day, you have 80-60. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So you have plenty of time to gauge where you're, or if you want to take this one below that 80-50, there's a little pocket of empty space there. So I mean, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. Jesus Christ. Thank you guys for tapping your screen. Appreciate it. All right. Next one that we got is Microsoft thoughts. My thoughts are, all right, well, so let's see, what are your thoughts, right? As far as like up or down, or you just want my general, it looks like a doctor's screen right there. But I mean, my thoughts right now are the target's about to get hit. The target that they all, and again, keep game. Everybody who's looking at this on TikTok, and yes, you did flush through most of this, but the way you rip is the way you dip. And guess what? These pockets reel traders in because they get FOMO. And then when it finally does hit the structure, they they sit there and they ask themselves, "Oh, I feel like they're watching me." No, you just kind of got caught. But anyway, that being said, yes, you are, and we can kind of zoom in here to the 4-hour and nail this target down, right? So where did you come from? There. That's where you came from. The only overhead resistance I see beyond that was this. Look at how you fought that fucking caught. Look at how the system is true no matter where you go. Cost basis is 392.50. Where are you now? Literally. There. So I would be watching because of all that empty space, right? How often do you just leave those candles just behind? So you're getting pretty close to touchdown, in my opinion. Can we ask questions? Yeah. Have you ever been in a live where you couldn't? I know that Alex Trade Options is out there, and Alex Trade Futures, he has 2 separate ones, which I find very funny. Yeah. Now, I am charting right now. I am taking requests from the people inside of my Discord. And so might not be able to get to your question or see it. But if after the bell, if I do miss it, feel free to drop that again. But oh, Bloom Energy. Oh, well, yeah, dude, that's a request. Yeah, we'll look at that in just actually, I did just look at that for earnings, but just really quickly, I think I talked about, yeah, so I think this is this is very heavy, and I do think that it is going to drop. I have a price target of 120 down there and 107. The contract's just very expensive, but man, that's all juicy. That's a juicy piece of chicken thigh. Peyton doesn't like chicken thighs. She says they're too juicy. Like, well, that's white. All right, so that, yeah, she likes too juicy. Also I really love Jamaican oxtails. Oh my God, dude, that shit just made my toes curl thinking about it. And I bought it one time, and Peyton said, "There's too many spices." It's like, God. I love her. We're cooked, chat. Chicken thighs do make the best, yeah. If you know, you know. Irene, man, please listen. You and the rest of the internet. I think this one might break hearts, dude. You know what? Can I take a short? Actually, you know what? I'm feeling bad. What just happened to me, dude? Hold on a second. Come here.
Instabay.
Hold on. Hold on a second. I made a lot of money today. I'm gonna chuck like $500. That's some Irene $30 puts. That's the floor at 33. I don't really think it's going to get that far, but maybe listen, you have no volume in here. So once you start, if you start losing floors, oh man, this is your only nodule. So it's really, the trajectory right now is not speaking in your favor. 37.80 and $35 flat, or 35.75 would be the only 2 points here that I think could kind of save you. All right. What time do I start in the morning? 8:30. I'm not gonna lie to you though. Maybe with some time, with expiration, I don't see any reason why that one wouldn't. Okay, so that actually does make sense. IPO high. I love how everything always ties together. If I'm not mistaken, watch this. No, it's not gonna. Sometimes it's nice to have that magnet tool for that reason. I don't use it because it's icky. Okay. All right. I think theory confirmed. Yes. Your IPO high is this box's cost basis at $28 flat. Beautifully set up. So that actually $29.75 would be a waterfall target. Not necessarily on earnings, but possibly beyond it. So, all right. Anyway, let's move on. KDP up. Dr. Pepper, right? Holy fuck. That's a bag. Everybody pay attention. Now, yes, today you did reject. What does that give you? Time. You don't have to take it, right? Not yet. What did you do to get here? You obviously broke, punched through this box, reached through the empty space, made your new high. And so how or what on the lower time frame can hold us up or provide us with enough volume to make it back up and push through this 1 hour box? And let's figure that out now, right? So at the highs, you had a box or you built a range, and currently you're sitting on the 50% mark of this. So not a bad retest, right? Not bad. We haven't done what we've needed or what we need to do quite yet in order to break back out, but that just requires, once you fall into a cage, it's a candle close outside of it that'll typically help you escape. At that point, it would be a push through the 50% mark, and I'm calling this a range. I see the box, I see the pop up, but through that range, right, 28.50, that's where this one absolutely, and if you look at this on the weekly, I'm assuming, okay, so you definitely could put in a little bit more work. But as far as a setup is concerned, maintaining higher highs, this is really good. This is picture perfect, actually. Hold on 1 second. John Bick, if you didn't suck so bad at trading, you wouldn't have to do this. Do you look at your mother in the eyes with all that deceit? That's disturbing, dude. All right, get out of here. I know, man. I know. You know what, though? If you fall for that, I don't know if that maybe, yeah, I don't know. If you fall for that, maybe this isn't for you anyway, but all right, QQQ is heading down to that cost basis like we just talked about. If you take a peek over here, we're watching the cues. It's moving right to cost basis right there. And it did leave a lot of empty space behind it. So see a lot of Chop City whippy price action right now. But anyway, all in all, I think everybody could be adding this to just a watch list, right? Alerts. It's not something that has to be front run. It does
Got
appear
earnings the 24th.
24th. Very good. Okay. And of course, the pressure. This is a shaken can of soda ready to pop. Be ready. I actually would not mind. Hold on. Let's do. How does it move on earnings? Does it move well? Yeah, add that to the watch list though. Regardless. I like that.
I like you, Poppy.
Ah! Scared me, dude. That's my poltergeist right there. Just following me.
AMD.
Oh man.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
Are you whispering semiconductors into my ear right now, dude? What's going on?
What's up, man?
Dude, congrats, man. I mean, I don't know what happened between now and when you sent me that video, dude, but fuck yeah, bro.
Thank you, bro. Well, I just gotta wait fucking 3 more days, but they're bullshit rules, but I'll get it. It's already
Fucking
done. Yeah.
oh, beautiful,
So,
dude.
I mean, I
uh,
just I'll tell you later. Go ahead, bro. I don't want to. Sorry, I didn't
oh,
mean to.
you're good, man. You're good. You're good. I always love to hear it, man. BBL Ruben, Euro down. That weekly looks marish. I would be looking at the bottom of this green candle, which is $30, but you definitely look like you're heading in that direction. 24-hour has you losing your floor and sunk underneath $32. The only thing that you're sitting on now is 31.37, which is required to be lost, so you can drop into that 29.62. All right, QQQ, switching back over, right? This one's sitting right here, end of day. If you cannot break cost basis, you will go back up and you will retest 598 and probably put a knife right in people who are buying shorter expiration puts right now. So again, judging by how we perform at 596.50, that'll decide whether or not we get a new low by the end of the day. A new low. One of the things I love the most, though, is the 3 rejections off of the top. Very juicy, very sweet. All right. I will in just a second. All right, AMD. That's juicy. See you at 186.40. And then at that point, listen, this isn't the time to listen. Okay, so like let me put it this way. If you I don't know what expiration you have, but if I showed you this chart, would you TP just there, or would you have a plan to possibly take runners into 172? That's my 2 cents. But that's pretty fire. The only thing that you need to look for is any sort of lower time frame opportunity to retest. And it looks like you have one. Hold on. 15. Oh, yeah. 5. Oh, yeah. So you definitely do have, and I want you to pay attention to this because it's important. This right here, right, which is separated by that right there. You are, as of right now, sitting on 191 with 4 bounces off of that floor. All right. Oh, I'm cooking? My bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. My bad. I was trying to get you guys, see what I'm doing right now is actually it's a ancient charting technique of visualizing the candles behind your mind. It was just me trying to help, guys. I'm sorry. Not a kidding. I forgot to switch it over. So there is, yes, that right there. That right there. So if you're watching AMD, use this because that will be your protection program. What I'd like to see, obviously, like everything else, is these retests, these pops back off the floor, falter, right? Unfortunately, the way you're kind of moving back up and down here doesn't make it very hard to move back up or to bounce. So, all right, let's move on. What do we got next? We got QCOM, no position, but had good earnings and responded well today, keeping an eye out. So, okay. Yeah, not bad. Now, I will say, this candle being green only matters if there's something to grab hold of. And that's the hardest part of this setup, right? Is there's just not much to grab hold of. Let's see if the weekly kind of clears things up a little bit. Wow, sweet heaven. That would make for a perfect target at 110, dead slap center in the middle of there. Man, weekly looks like you have a 122 target still, even with that green candle, but the 24-hour, which again, I'm looking to my left and I'm trying to see, like, what do you even, okay, I mean, I guess I can see this wall right here. But other than that, the next floor up above you and what would need to be reclaimed in order to be able to call this anywhere near bullish, right? Or at least get it started as I see 141. Now, a lower time frame setup could support this, but if you really look at this as a bounce, that's not very formidable, and that's not something that usually you're going to start a whole rally off of. So you might even need to come back and retest that before the end of the day. That's not going to fly. And whatever that is broken. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, again, the price action on this one, it just typically when you bounce on these levels, if you cannot go up or you do get pushed down as hard as you have today, a lot of the times you're just staying in that range. But, and am I looking for IWM for a bounce? No. No. Nah, maybe a retest tomorrow back up to 257 because the buttery nature, well, I wouldn't call it buttery when you move down here. You did retest on a lower time frame, but no, to me, IWM is really starting to kind of, I feel it deep in my plums. It's metaphorical, sorry. Eastbound and down, sorry. But it is by underneath 255. There is this. Pay attention. Don't look at all that, right? Feast your eyes on this. That's just too juicy. Now, if we look at what's up above us, it seems like nobody wants it to go back up, right? That, we're trying, right? We're trying. You tried again. You failed. You tried to get back up to where to possibly even start that opportunity again. You failed. And you pulled a lot of volume up to get there. And then when you broke, try to do it again. And you got pushed down again. And so every time this thing has gone back up or seen any sort of retest, it has been pushed and shoved back down. And it is one of the only ETFs, right, that has not seen that big dump or pull back, has it not? We've gotten 2 days of So in my opinion, there is obviously, and this isn't something you could do with a shorter expiration contract necessarily, but 253.44 is the target to the downside right now, based on the fact that A, we're underneath our floor, and B, yeah, it is to 255 that needs to be broken as well, but and B, just sunk underneath the top of this red candle at 256.55. These were the only resistances we had, and we broke them. So we are now trapped underneath them. They may be liable for retest at the open if we do not gap down major. But I see IWM down, and I see that 254, 253 area. That's it. I mean, again, you look at, let's just walk through this. SPY, already done it. Already done did it. At least most of it. QQQ, as you know, hey, yeah, it's done it. And we nailed that short perfectly. I'm going to brag about it a little bit. We deserve it. Yeah, I can. So anyway, that's my thoughts on IWM right now. It's a $75 target, good on Wayfair. $75. Okay, I want you to tell me what has been filled up, right? What opportunity has just been possibly taken away from you? Or not possibly, has. And not only that, where are we closed? This is the weekly, by the way, so we're not closed here, and nor will we be closing yet. So, yes, I can say you are still short in a way where you have not popped back outside, which is today's high. God damn it. It's beautiful, man. This is a beautiful system, dude. Look at this. Watch this. Top of those wicks is the top of today's high. God darn it. So if Wayfair reclaims, right, that would be where you go up. Now to the downside, to my point, where's my first, and we'll get rid of this for a second. What is this? Right? Maybe not a box. It does have some of the defining qualities of it, but it is, and we just put a box around it anyway, exactly, first red candle, where we bounced. So with that being said, you got work to do, and that's where the lower time frame comes in handy. And this is what we got going on. Also, Wayfair is in the Epstein files. Going into 0. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's why those cabinets were named after King.
Listen, we'll talk about this later. Talk about it later. Because I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
Have you seen Bitcoin, Potter?
You mean Epstein coin? I was kidding. Let's see. The Steam coin? Yeah. Yes, grandchildren, I remember. When fake money was real. All right. Just joking. Just joking, crypto guys. Just joking.
I made money.
That's a day. That's all. There you go. Somebody, there's a couple of people in here have made money on like fart coin and fucking ass token. You know, like none of this makes any sense. I watched people make money on NFTs and then lose it all. So, reality has been, you know what? Maybe GTA 6 didn't come out because that's what that's reality is already GTA 6. All right, so yo, Donnie J. Epstein just asked for AMD. That's crazy, dude. I don't like how fast you just popped up after I got through talking about it. 8875 on Wayfair again is that floor. You have not reclaimed it, so I mean that is a positive, but you really haven't seen sellers step up quite yet, and you still got a lot of bit of range here. So you know, I think I'd take this step by step and make sure that we have that next trigger down. All right. Does AI work for trading? If it did, brother, then what do you think that most people would be doing? And if it did work, right? If you did have an algorithm, you could probably sell that to a firm. But then they'd probably be like, is this a retail strategy? All right. You come. Wayfair, LLC, LAC. I have seen a couple of things. Oh my God, this looks great. But I have seen I mean, if you make one that helps you, like totally, but one that like places all the trades for you based on its analysis or its version of your analysis, that comes purely through or from technical technical analysis. Like there's some fine tuning that's really important that I haven't seen AI be able to nail down yet. So can I trust it? No. And am I really good at what I do? Yes. So it's like when that dude, the grand chess master, played chess against that robot. All right. We got next. Oh, sleepy. Yeah, drop your request if you're on TikTok. I'm going through request right now. Meta didn't lose anything, so going to swing weekly and tomorrow. I got an upside 1 hour. The fuck? Oh, time frame. Edit fell. You gotta capitalize TF for me, guys. Lowercase TF means the fuck. I just naturally read it that way. Anyway, edit fell through the box under, but not not under cost basis. So I mean, to your point, yes, right? That is true. But let's also okay, 1 hour. What is the most important level? Right? What has to be reclaimed? It is 173.76. It has to. It's the bottom of this green candle. So while this is a great start, you just lost it. You just lost it at the same area that they stepped up before and pushed you back down. So that, if pulling back inside of its own range, doesn't mean that your theory might not be correct. But with this pull back, all right, Q's. You don't think Tesla can dump? I absolutely do think Tesla can dump. My theory on Tesla is short. Yes, I do very much think that Tesla. I think in the future we'll be talking about Tesla down here. I just that's what my instincts tell me at the moment, and until I'm wrong, but that's what I see. So I didn't go over LIC. I didn't. Thank you. You're the man. I did. No, I did, Filio, but just not out loud. Because I went wow, and then I just kept talking. Yes, this does look good. Yes, underneath $4.30, there's a butt nugget ton of empty space to 350 and all the way down to 334. Delicious. Has that happened yet? No. Are you getting close to touchdown on the floor? Yes. Do I have a box drawn here for no reason at all? Also, yes. I did speak about this one previously, about the gap on the floor being one of those great catalysts on the hourly or 4 hour. It does move to 430 flat as that floor, and that's the only thing standing in your way. So there you go. That one is good. This is good. All right. Party in Berlin. Es las costados de la máquina, cuña. ¿Dónde están la... Yeah, we're going to translate that. On the sides of the machine where the metal are located, the coin falls through the hole that you cannot see. Okay. Okay. All right, Visa up. Positive 20 cent, but that rejection got me nervous. Okay, so do you know where you're going to stop out? Because I can tell you right now, you have a floor here at 328.77. So if that drops, yeah, we could be seeing or looking at more downside. Now, I'll be 100% honest with you, brother. When I have a positive trade, like I'll go ahead and give you an example of a trade that did not work out in my favor and then ended up actually working out in the flavor. I took Kroger, right? It popped up. It hit the median or the 50% mark in that empty space. And then it dropped like a hot fucking rock. Now, that is a litmus test for volume. You didn't have what you needed, so you clearly had to go back down, consolidate, and then move through everything that you had. It's literally like pulling back an arrow. If you don't have enough strength here, or if you don't have enough tension, you're going to pull back, you're going to reel in sellers, and then you're going to use them to squeeze it back up. That's exactly what we just saw. But this is one of those scenarios, right, where when I lose, right, the level that I meant or did break, like that, and then that floor is lost, that trade is likely over. Now, my theory, right, or not my theory, but my plan of action on these things is not to try to sit there and see how I can save this trade, but where could I potentially re-enter? Because if the reason that I got in, which is your entry, is lost, then you're making excuses, or you might have a position that's so low risk you don't give a fuck. And that's also a thing, a real thing that people really do. Like really do and really still make a whole lot of money. Go ask TTI. Extremely low risk, high reward. Q's still moving to the floor here. Dollars directly transferred into my packet. God, I love being a bear. I do. Wait, hold on. Don't clip that.
Hey
All
Gary,
right.
you
On Monday though.
you holding cues down to that 582 level? 585?
Brother. To zero. No, I'm just kidding.
That would be insane, bro. I'm just asking because that's I got like 30 days expiration and I want to hold down
Fucking beautiful,
there.
my brother. So that is the next target for tomorrow will be 591, or maybe today, but 591, the overhead or lower target, and I will not be all out, right? Because when we do that, this, let me put it in, I did this earlier. This right here to here, that is my entire range, right? And then part of this deal, if you want to even be more fucking specific, right? That. So yes, 588, tasty, right? Totally. At that point, the trade will be free, the money will be flowing, and I can and do have the liberty of letting this go to the 581s given the timeline that we continue falling. Now, just like every other dump, this is our third consecutive day. So if we do gap down, if we gap down, you better be ready. Because they'll bounce it, and it will not be fun if you are holding your shorts. I mean, if you're in longer expiration, it'd be Gucci, but if someone's screaming, hey, what's the best YouTube video you have to go over the entire strat? I have multiple. I have 3 videos, I think, specifically going over the Potterbox strategy condensed, and Potterbox Q&A. There's anything that's labeled breaking down the Potterboxes. There's a 3-hour video actually on it. All right. Also, yes, we are March 1st. March 1st is class. I hope everybody is there. No. Did you just save cost basis on the cues? You fucking did. Look at that. Last minute. Wicked down. Saved cost basis. All right, let's keep going here. We got fuck 5 minutes. All right, especially APA. What do I think about it? Oh fuck, I skipped a few. You're still literally exactly what I said the other day. You're still stuck in between 2 ranges. This candle does not tell me that you're going to go up. You just tapped the floor. So I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. I don't see any opportunity until either one of these boxes are broken, and neither one of them are anywhere close to being contained. How would someone get in the class if they are not in the Discord? Through the website. Is XRP a turd, or is Japan recognized it as a financial asset meaningful? I'm not doing anything crypto analysis wise, so I have no idea, my brother. I'm an options junkie. All right, let's see here. ADP. I don't know what you just, John, did you just send me like a detonation code or something? What just happened? Oh, okay, there we go. What in the barcode? Is this it? This cannot be it, dude. Yeah, that's not even the, oh, Adobe, but that's not. Are you asking me for Adobe? Because that's not Adobe. ADB? Yeah, none of these are in our markets. Unless we're doing that one. Is that what we're doing and just missed an E, I'm assuming? I'm going to go ahead and assume yes. Weekly time frame. Are you asking me about this one up? Let's see. Adobe up, yes, okay. Yep. No. You got to touch something. I would venture to guess we're still looking at 260. This candle at least doesn't say anything. That definitely is not green. So I would be looking for a more formidable floor to bounce off of that. Period. End of story. The workshop is discounted right now, so, but not for everybody. There's only a few. Yes, there's Did I do that one? Yeah, I did. I did that one. And then XYZ down 58. Nah, that's bigger. So you have one right here. I would say right now you're looking at 51, 38. All right, let's see here. Low LL Estee Lauder. Shit looks just like Elf. I mean, yeah, that's a good setup, but I think what kind of might kill that, let's see, that's a 30-minute. Okay, so you will have 100, right? Basically 100 flat. That would also be a target. I guess it's not that bad. Yeah, I guess it's okay. I don't know how much those contracts pay, but I guess the target would be 100 and 103. Second. Wait, what? Where's my Bloomberg terminal? Up your butt. The fuck do I need a Bloomberg terminal for? I'm not in a fucking firm. I'm not managing other people's millions. I also do not follow the news. I don't use Flow. I don't use indicators. I don't need help. Or I'm not lazy. In terms of trying to, yeah, I'm not chasing my tail with news and shit like that. I don't have every single time that I look at a setup that had news, I just see a good setup before that news even came out. And so we see setups with empty space and like solid consolidation. And I cannot tell you how many times we have front run news without even knowing about it. KSSS, if you go look at the video on my page right now, where we made like 30, 40, 20,000%, people made like yearly salaries off of what? You said AMD?
I say you called the fucking move before that AMD $100 contracts to 5,000.
Oh yeah. Meta too, dude. Obviously they're different, but yeah, ding 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 is right. All right, let's take a little break. I'll take some more requests here in just a second, but I want to see what earnings reactions. Obviously that's gonna weigh on the cues. Oh, wee. Yeah, so fish tank. Now we'll see if it bounces off the bottom. It did just bounce off of this wick and to the bottom of the fish tank. Or cost basis would be next. There. Bottom of the fish tank. Okay, I mean, I'm watching this because I want to see if it's going to break it and go to cost basis. All right, let's see. Fill our mouse. E. So Irene's might be able to flip the candle back up and get to 50.37 if you go crazy enough, but oh, Amazon? Come here. Come on here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're gonna love it at 206.35. You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it. I swung an extremely small IW input. Tamer, strange Tamer, dude. You're in the wrong place, bro. Hedge fund owner? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here. You would not be in my life. What's
What
up,
up, bro? I'm
Dustbuster?
Elon Musk. Just
Oh,
stopping in, checking it out.
that's right, Elon. What's up, brother? By the way,
Free moment.
hey, can you make the hands of those robots a little smoother?
Yeah. I'll throw a bill at it. Don't worry about it.
Good.
Appreciate you. All right.
Damn, Amazon looks juicy.
What the fuck?
Did you take Amazon or you just watching?
Are you talking to me?
Anybody?
I think there's some people that we may know that might have grabbed a contract or two.
I
Friends of
know
ours?
nothing.
Isn't that juicy right there? Look at this. So let's see, man. I might be right. I might be right. It's 193. Yeah. All right. What else we got? Let's see. Amazon MSTR. How's that doing? More dumpies? Yeah, down to the wicks. Okay, that makes total sense. I think it was already there, wasn't it? I don't know. If it does dump 81, could be a target. Right. Roblox. Big red candles. Hui. I still see 5888, but that one didn't look very good. Reddit. Reddit. Yeah, sitting on a box. If that one does not move, that could be interesting. You said POWI retirement coming. You might, man. You got a loaded gun right here. As long as it can move in the right direction, you got a nice, it could have a $10 move there. I hope so. Yeah, let's see what a firm's doing. Come on. Let's see here. Team. I actually haven't looked at it. Should have looked at that one before the bell. Nah. Oh. Wow. Okay. Damn, Amazon. Tech bottoming out. Listen, we're a lot of us are sitting in Q puts we took at the end of January. Oh yeah, baby. Looking down. Looking straight the fuck down. And if listen, that might give us the gap down. We might hit my target tomorrow. The trade might be free. Fucking insane. Insane.
Beautiful, bro. Hell yeah.
Short or long? I mean, I'm short, dog. I'm so I am so short.
FTNT also. And earnings.
Damn. Fortnite back at it again. Oh my god. Oh, nobody said anything? That was actually a killer. That was actually pretty good. That was a pretty good setup. Yeah, 80. How much were $87 calls? So I can be even more mad. That one might rip ass. The overhead target would be right here at 92.30, 92.60, sorry. Reddit is ripping.
Dumping.
Huh. Would you look at that? Right off of cost basis. And staying above that top. Maybe 177. All right, what are we doing on Amazon here? Just sitting, lingering. I remember that Friday you took the short. I remember. Yeah. Did you guys find that clip, Alex? Shit, you already uploaded it. Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
FTNT was expensive. Not super expensive, but not really great.
Okay. Microchip. Where's this company? Not for me. All right, well, this is one hell of a candle close by the end of the day, though, guys. Really good. So again, the net overnight target right now is going to be 591. As I said, and you know, the thing that sucks is a lot of times, yeah, the targets will get gapped down to, and then it'll bounce in pre-market. But my theory is that's not the strength, right? That's not where we really, that's going to be where we retest or hold, but that 589.65, 590s, that's where we're at with it. You said how many times again do we need to get up here, and no break was a great short into weakness. Yeah. Yeah, that was, I do remember saying that. Yeah, how many times do we need to do that? So, all right. Let's see. Did I miss anybody's request, or anybody want me to take a look at anything else before we conclude? You guys are on TikTok.
Give me your thoughts on CFLT.
Sure. Did they get bought out?
That's what I was saying.
I mean,
It just
besides,
gapped up and been stuck up there.
brother, I have no, I don't even know if it's worth trying. I mean, I see that. That's cost basis, so that means that's a floor. So you didn't grab that. You broke out of this, so that would be maybe a cage. You have green candle to your left is here, so I mean, dude, I wouldn't try it myself, but what exactly are you like? You confluent down. I need to know why they're up there, because that's not usual. That's not
I was on
usual.
the phone. I got some 590 puts for tomorrow. Did you guys hedge on the upside?
I have not. No, I was just watching. No, I don't think I'm going to, man.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
still in the same way. I don't know if I missed something.
We got 5 minutes here. I mean, I guess if you were going to do that, you know, for me, it's worst case scenario. So I say 605 still, depending on how, you know, what your risk to reward is. And you're at the floor, but I've got, you know, the expiration and stuff on my time or on my side. So
Yeah, you're sitting good. Okay.
we'll fill on you. Abbott looks good. It does look good. Not great yet, but it does look good. Nice range, nice box. I mean, honestly, the hold of cost basis is somewhat impressive. I would expect for a candle to open up likely in range. You do have a little tiny downtrend right here that clearly you're operating in. So if that 107.85 fails, back to the floor. And that will be your third time, and that could be the next leg down. But clearly, right, a candle close on the other side of that, which I would say on the hourly, you know, 110.50, that's where we could look at the target of 112 and beyond. But Irene dumping. Oh my God, look at that. I snuck in a
Come on,
little
Irene.
bit. Irene. That one just looks so Irene. Irene. That's how, you know.
We get it.
You know what? Leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Microsoft. Complete washout. No shit. Look at this. Look at this. Hands free. Juicy. What are we that? Typical. That's one of the reasons I think we could see even if we get another leg down, because I have a 589 or 389.84. I mean, we could fuck it. I mean, we could keep going. We have empty space in here. But after all of that empty space, all of that dumpage, you know, kind of would expect to see a little bounce. That's incredible, though. target hit. If anybody has any gains to throw in the gains page, feel free to do that. But otherwise, yeah, there you go.
$100 dump in what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days.
Yeah. Yep. Or you know what's kind of funny though? It got there just as fast. It really did. If you look at like literally from the base, virtually the same amount of time. You know, that say for the consolidation in here and kind of grind up, but I mean, same flush. Roblox is up 22%. Oh, would you look at that? Okay, so tomorrow, that actually might be, that could be a juicy little day trade. That could be juicy, depending on where you, I mean, again, all we have to do is, if you don't have it now, then you don't need to fucking do anything until tomorrow. But that could be a good trade at the upside. I did not end up taking Roblox. All right, Discord. I'm gonna keep chatting a little bit on TikTok, but if you guys have any gains to post or anything of that nature, I will see you guys in the morning at 8:30, and we'll see what the market's gonna bring us again tomorrow. So, all right, peace. All right, if you guys are on TikTok, just give me a second. YouTube, been trading for 2 years. Trading bearishly has been astronaut. I love the bear life. Astronomically more profitable. Yeah, understood. I definitely love the downside. I've played a lot of upside though, that's for damn sure. How much do you have to put in? I love that you asked that question. Let me show you something. Let me show you guys something. See this? Thumbs up if you see this. Why are we not? Oh, we locked it. That's why I can't move it. That's $35. That's $35 to $100. That's 185%, right? Let's go look over here. Ah, that's $14 to 128. Not bad, 814%. Let's see here. Oh, did I miss this one? Yeah, there's another one. Look at the cost of those contracts. Now, that's not that cheap, right? That's almost $200 a contract, but they sell them for over 1,000. That's 428%. Absolutely ridiculous. And then these are all different, right? Like, look at these. People are, I mean, 5, 6xing their investments, and you don't have to put a lot of money down. And the beautiful thing about it is if you don't put a lot of money down and it doesn't work out, you still have risk available and you're staying within your risk. So you don't have to pay a lot of money. $26 to 122. And again, if you think that I'm just now doing this or like this is a new thing, it is not. Also, if you guys are on TikTok, I'm or if you're on YouTube, I'm over on TikTok right now. So you guys are welcome to come join.